Hey all, I am in Hawaii and I'm getting ready to do a talk tomorrow. And I know I did not post on Friday, so I thought I'd just share another anecdote. And again, the reason I do this is really to show nothing in medicine is black and white. There are shades of gray that sometimes seem more nuanced than all the colors of the rainbow. So I do talk to people, say, someone recent had ovarian cancer and had progressed despite a trial of chemotherapy for recurrent disease. So at that point, she had received chemotherapy at her first diagnosis, chemotherapy when it came back, and then when it progressed again, another trial of chemotherapy. And we were at a crossroads of what to do next. And explaining this to her was incredibly careful, because I did not want her to lose hope. But I also did not want to scare her about a trial. And that's how I approached it. I listed several options that we could do. And then I mentioned a early clinical trial where everyone gets the drug and we are testing it in her specific disease, in the scenario that she finds herself in, with the hope we can figure out how well it works. So there's no placebo. There was no chance she would not receive the drug, because it was not a randomized trial, meaning you enter and there's a roll of the dice. Either you get the drug or you don't get this drug. That didn't occur here because it was called a phase 2 clinical trial. And we outlined what I knew about the drug and what I knew about the side effects. And then I explained the process of clinical trials. And I think the most important thing I told her was that you always can say enough. One never gives up their rights as a patient, and none of us, not even me, can tell someone that they have to stay on trial. So after we talked, she went home and thought about it, and I saw her back a week later, and she opted to do the clinical trial. And I made one other thing very clear, that regardless of whether or not she did that trial, that I would still be her doctor. And that is a level of trust that cannot be underestimated. So one could say I convinced her to do a clinical trial. I think what I did was offer her options and allowed her the opportunity, whether or not to do it. The choice was hers.